Hey tech enthusiasts, it's the Tuesday edition of Tech Stocks Daily, and today's episode is packed with excitement. We're diving into Apple's massive September 9th product hype and the CFO transition. Then we'll explore Microsoft's green strides with Renew and their power-packed AI collaborations. We'll also dissect CrowdStrike stock ahead of their crucial Q2 earnings report and their recent scandal. And don't miss Google's latest moves, haptic feedback in Chrome, Android 15 updates, and YouTube premium price hikes in India. Stay tuned, it's going to be a tech-tastic ride. Apple is the rock star of today's tech news, and oh boy, do we have a juicy story for you. First off, there's big shakeups on the Apple ship with CFO Luca Maestri set to step down on January 1st, 2025. Taking the financial helm will be Kevan Parekh, the current VP of Financial Planning and Analysis. While Maestri isn't headed off into the sunset just yet, investors are keeping a hawk's eye on how this transition will play out. JP Morgan's Samik Chatterjee is optimistic, suggesting investors shouldn't expect much to change in the way Apple is run. The company's history of smooth sales continues. However, KeyBank analyst Brandon Nispo rings a softer alarm, marking the change as a modest negative for Apple stock in the short term. But don't panic buy or sell yet. Apple has set up a transition period, hoping to make this as drama-free as possible. And let's not forget the big product news. Apple sent out invites for its September 9th Glowtime event, teasing what could be the biggest product upgrade cycle ever. Yep, we're talking about the AI-enabled iPhone 16. Daniel Ives over at Wedbush is so pumped, he's called this the biggest upgrade cycle in history, predicting initial shipments of over 90 million units, with a 2025 projection clocking in over 240 million iPhone sales. That's an Avengers-level supercycle, folks. The iPhone 16 isn't just another pretty face. Apple is expected to introduce upgrades in processing power, camera tech, and larger, more beautiful displays in the Pro models. Add to that an AI kick, and developers are licking their lips over the possibilities for generative AI-driven apps. This AI angle could open new high-margin revenue streams, tipping Apple's market cap past the $4 trillion mark. Talk about potential rocket fuel. Not to be outdone, the Apple Watch Series 10, along with its budget-friendly cousin, the SE, and the rugged Ultra 3, are also expected to make their debut at this event. We might even see a refreshed iPad mini 7 sneak in there too. AI-enabled, of course. So, to buy or not to buy Apple stock before the big day? Despite recent flat financial results and Warren Buffett trimming some of his Apple holdings, analysts like Dan Ives think this launch could be a game changer. With inflation easing a bit, now might just be the perfect time. With a price-to-earnings ratio hinting at undervaluation compared to industry norms and robust return on equity, Apple looks pretty appetizing for long-term investors. However, those who jump in high hoping for a quick bump must tread cautiously. Follow the news closely and watch for any signs of hiccups during the CFO transition or product rollout. In summary, Apple's juggling a CFO switch, an anticipated blockbuster iPhone launch, a ton of product updates, and investor sentiment that's hotter than an iPhone left in the sun. With all eyes on September 9th, next week is going to be pivotal, so keep your popcorn ready, folks. This Apple saga is just getting started. Hey tech fans, it's time for your daily dose of what's sizzling in the tech world. Got a jumbo news nugget for you today. Microsoft is making some major waves, and here's why. First up, Microsoft and clean energy giant Renew have teamed up for a groundbreaking partnership. They've signed a clean power sale agreement worth a whopping 437.6 megawatts. This partnership is set to churn out over 1 million units of green energy annually, turbocharging Microsoft's ambitious plan to be carbon negative by 2030. Renew will channel about $15 million from this agreement into a community fund that backs environmental projects, especially those focused on youth and women. I mean, if Mother Earth had a Facebook profile, she'd already be liking this deal. And then, oh boy, strap in for this one. Datamatic stock hit the stratosphere today, climbing a 20% upper circuit on the wave. Why? Because they've buddied up with, you guessed it, Microsoft. Together, they're launching cutting-edge AI Copilot solutions designed for process automation. Their new partner onboarding Copilot is now on the Microsoft Teams store and is integrated with Azure OpenAI. That's like giving business operations a Red Bull with wings made of data and artificial smarts. So, if you see someone smiling oddly at their Microsoft Teams dashboard, you know who to thank. But wait, there's more. Palantir also cozied up with Microsoft for a potentially game-changing pact. They're integrating Palantir's artificial intelligence platform with Microsoft's Azure government and top-secret cloud services. Imagine the data nerd equivalent of peanut butter meeting jelly. Palantir's AI will now operate in Microsoft's classified environment, making Palantir the first major partner to leverage Microsoft's OpenAI large language model under such secure settings. Think of it as AI with a badge and clearance. Who knew data analysis could sound like a Hollywood spy thriller, right? In summary, Microsoft isn't just making headlines, it's grabbing the whole newspaper. From sealing sustainable energy deals to elevating AI partnerships, their footprint in both the environmental and tech arenas is growing exponentially. These collaborations reveal Microsoft's broader vision to lead in sustainability and unlock new business efficiencies with AI-driven tech. Whether you're an eco-warrior or a tech enthusiast, today's Microsoft news is a full-course meal. Stay tuned for more updates and keep geeking out. Hey tech enthusiasts, today we've got a flood of CrowdStrike news that you've got to hear. Let's dive into everything you need to know about this cybersecurity giant and why it's making headlines. First and foremost, CrowdStrike's getting ready to report its second quarter earnings on Wednesday, and the anticipation is real. Wall Street is buzzing with predictions. Analysts expect earnings per share to hit 97 cents on revenues of $958.6 million. That's some serious cash flow. But what's the current vibe around CrowdStrike's stock? Analysts are seeing a mixed bag based on technical charts. Now let's talk about those stock charts. Right now, CrowdStrike's stock price is around $269.10, comfortably lounging below its 8-day simple moving average but above its 20-day moving average. It's a roller coaster of optimism and caution, with the moving average convergence-divergence giving off some solid bearish vibes. However, not all is gloomy. The Bollinger Bands show potential for a bullish breakout, so it could go either way. Next, let's rewind a bit to that infamous July 19th incident, a software update gone rogue that derailed operations globally. Imagine this. Airlines, banks, and hospitals were thrown into chaos. As you might expect, CrowdStrike's share price nosedived from $343.05 to $304.96 practically overnight. The aftermath? The stock has been struggling to break above $300 ever since. Some are left wondering if this fall presents a buying opportunity. Regardless of the glitch, analysts suggest that it's essential to focus on CrowdStrike's long-term performance. They're eyeing the company's annual recurring revenue to gauge potential damage. Before the mishap, CrowdStrike boasted $3.7 billion in ARR, a spicy 33% year-over-year growth, and a record-high net new ARR of $212 million. Keep your eyes peeled. Any shifts in ARR growth could signal lost customer confidence. But hold your horses. There's a class action lawsuit brewing. Filed by Kessler Topaz Meltzer and Czech LLP, this lawsuit targets CrowdStrike for allegedly having weakened controls over its software updates, a claim that gnaws at their reputation for reliability. The lawsuit posits that statements made by the company during the class period were possibly misleading, painting a rosier picture than reality. CrowdStrike's leadership has been hustling to repaint their image post-incident. CEO George Kurtz wasted no time clarifying that the outage wasn't a cyber attack, but a mishap from a Falcon content update gone wrong. Hell-bent on regaining trust, the company's ramped up its software testing protocols and given clients more autonomy over updates. Hats off to their quick response, but only time will tell if customers will forgive and forget. So here's where we're at. Keep an eye on their Q2 earnings report this Wednesday. Watch how their ARR trends over the next few quarters, and stay tuned for developments on that class action lawsuit. Till then, ride the waves and keep those investment strategies sharp. With CrowdStrike at the crossroads of scrutiny and potential recovery, it's a tech drama we're all eager to watch unfold. All right, tech enthusiasts, let's dive into why Google has grabbed the headlines today. First up, Google Chrome is shaking things up, literally. Chrome has rolled out an update with a neat new feature that gives users haptic feedback when they pull to refresh a page on Android. Yep, your phone will give you a gentle vibration when you swipe down to refresh. The feature is part of the Chrome 128 update, and it's currently being rolled out to Android devices. While some users have noticed it on Pixel and Samsung Galaxy devices, it's not yet available to everyone. This little tweak is part of a series of updates Google has been making to enhance user experience. Oh, and it comes at a time when the company is dealing with a revived lawsuit over alleged data collection practices. Drama much, Google? Next, we're getting a fresh scoop on the much-anticipated Android 15 update. Google has announced that the stable version will be hitting eligible smartphones in October. If you're a beta tester, you've got the option to revert back to Android 14, but doing so will wipe your data clean, so maybe back up those cat videos and memes before making any moves. The initial release was expected in September, but it looks like the rollout is slightly delayed. Historically, Google tends to reserve the newest Android versions for its latest Pixel devices first. So, Pixel fans, you might just have a bit more waiting to do too. Nevertheless, excitement is in the air as the final beta update has been out since last month. Lastly, let's not forget about YouTube buzzing with yet another update from Google. YouTube Premium prices in India are soaring across all subscription plans. So if you and your household have been enjoying ad-free content, high bitrate streaming, background play, and exclusive content at a sweet rate, brace yourselves for a shakeup. The individual plan has jumped from $139 to $59 per month. The student plan is now at $89, up from $79. And most notably, the family plan has leaped from $189 to $99 per month. If you're an existing subscriber, you'll need to agree to these new rates to continue enjoying the premium perks. It might sting a bit, but hey, premium content ain't staying premium without a price tag. With these updates, Google's making sure it stays the topic of tech talk all over. Whether it's tweaking the Chrome experience, rolling out new Android versions, or adjusting subscription prices on YouTube, the company keeps us on our toes. But enough from me. What do you think? How do you feel about the new haptic feedback in Chrome? Are you excited or impatient about the Android 15 update? And what's your take on the YouTube Premium price hike in India? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're buzzing about. All right, folks, let's zoom in on Apple today and dive into whether to sell, buy, or hold, given all that juicy news. Apple is having a rockstar moment with big announcements left and right. First, Luca Maestri, the current CFO, will step down in January 2025, and Kevan Parekh will be taking over. While transitions are always a bit dicey, the extended transition period should help with a smooth handoff. Analyst opinions are mixed, with JP Morgan's Samik Chatterjee staying upbeat and KeyBank's Brandon Nispel signaling a modest short-term negative impact. But let's face it, Apple's operations are a finely tuned machine. They don't just steer easily, they glide. Now on to the exciting stuff, Apple's September 9th Glowtime event. We're looking at what could be the most significant product launch in Apple's history, featuring the AI-enabled iPhone 16. Seriously, folks, Wedbush's Dan Ives is predicting an upgrade supercycle, possibly shipping over 90 million units initially and up to 240 million by 2025. We're talking power-packed cameras, processing upgrades, AI tinkering, and more. Plus new Apple Watches and perhaps an AI-enhanced iPad mini too. That's like Apple laying out a tech buffet. Here's where it gets sweet. With a potential price-to-earnings ratio suggesting undervaluation and formidable return on equity figures, this stock looks like a tantalizing pick for long-haul investors. This isn't playground chit-chat. This speaks volumes about Apple's value and consistency. Given these developments, let's go for a classic buy recommendation. But remember, folks, a buy decision here is more for those in it for the long ride rather than for short-term thrills. The anticipation for product launches highlights potential new high-margin revenue streams and market cap boosts. If the sky didn't break with Warren Buffett trimming his Apple holdings, a smooth transition period, and a neutral price movement despite inflation cooling off, it just shows the resilience and appeal of Apple stock. So there you have it, a buy recommendation based on potential monstrous product sales, undervaluation signals, and robust financial health. But always, do your own research before pulling that trigger, because in the world of investments, riding the news isn't always the smoothest path to gains. Apple-icious, isn't it? Happy investing. Today's tech trading on the NASDAQ served up some juicy news, folks. Apple prepared us for a wild ride with CFO swaps and a mammoth product launch teased for September 9th. Microsoft is flexing its green muscles and AI collaborations, making waves in both the sustainability and tech arenas. CrowdStrike is under the spotlight with anticipation for their Q2 earnings amidst a mix of optimism and lingering doubts from recent hiccups. And Google? Oh, they're shaking up everything from haptic feedback in Chrome to YouTube premium price hikes in India. If you enjoyed the scoop, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow tech enthusiasts. And make sure to come back tomorrow for another electrifying update. Thanks for tuning in.